Well, what a week it's been. I've accused you of being plants and appliances and waves on the ocean. Anyway, I've got a beautiful purring cat here. So today I thought I would continue our telling stories about who we are, but today I thought I would try. Greg, can you just cut to the chase? Is it possible to tell the story of who we are and really refine the analogies and the similes and distill it down to the as fundamentally true as it can be said? Well, I guess that would be a challenge for all of us to do that, but I'm willing to take on that challenge today and to say it about as clear and succinctly as it can be said. So here I go. In the scriptures, in one of the great world scriptures, it says we are made in the image and likeness of God. It's such a stunning statement that we're inured to it. That's a not often used word. We're anesthetized to the meaning or the importance of we are made in the image and likeness of God. Now, of course, silly humans in their silly arrogance are apt to say, well, then God must look like me. You know, God is a God is an old white man with a big white flowing beard, or God is a beautiful angelic woman with lacy wings or something. But again, we're missing the point because it says we are made in the image of God. God's not made in our image. So it still seems like, Greg, you really haven't gotten to the point, but I'm getting there when I say that we are made in the image and likeness of God. It's almost as if nothing more important could be said. So now I'm finally gonna say it. God is infinite consciousness. I don't think it can be said in English in a more profound, impactful way. God is infinite consciousness, and we are individualizations of that consciousness. We are sparks thrown off from that fire. We're drops in that ocean. The way that we are made in the image and likeness of God is that we have consciousness. How else are we made in the image and likeness of God? Well, as points of consciousness, we can do what God does. We can speak the word, and it would move out into the world and create worlds, realities, galaxies, universes. Each and every one of us is endowed with that fundamental capacity. In this way, being individualizations of consciousness, each and every one of us, we have this fundamental, perhaps dormant or nascent quality of being able to speak the word and create realities. Now, most of us don't really live at that level. It's as if, to some degree, we are gods in embryo. We're little teeny sparks of gods that are thrown out into the world, but every single day, in the same way that a spark can grow into a great fire, we're that very same thing. Our own consciousness, the fact that you are conscious right now means you are irrevocably, inexhaustibly, inextricably, eternally conscious, and you always will be. And this consciousness that you are the proud possessor of will continue to expand forever. It will go through multiple states of consciousness. You know that because you've experienced them, but these states of consciousness will continue to expand and expand and expand until your consciousness merges with infinite consciousness. Sooner or later, in the fullness of time, your state of consciousness, wherever it is, will merge with infinite consciousness. You likely will not refer to yourself by your given human name at that point. Your name will be different. And it's impossible to say that name, but it's an experience of being that is nothing less than infinite consciousness, God consciousness itself. Now, I'm not saying anything that every single other spiritual master, I'm not saying I'm one, but every other spiritual master has said. Every master has come on the planet and said, oh, by the way, you're gods also, and you have all these capacities, but you've forgotten. So today we conclude our stories with something other than a story, a plain, straightforward fact of existence that you are an individualization, a dollop, a spark of consciousness that is growing forever. Now, when we remember that, we're not so caught up in the mix of life and its little vagaries and vicissitudes. The slings and arrows of outrageous fortune suddenly begin to not push us around so much anymore. We begin to speak the word, and we begin to create realities based on what we say rather than what we're told or what other people tell us we should be. In other words, we find our true place and our true authentic identity, and we remember who we are. So as best as I can say it is that you are present moment consciousness. Notice that that's always the case. It always will be the case. And now remember the great power that comes with being made in the image and likeness of God. What you say, what you declare, who you say you are, and where you aim your soul is precisely where you go, where you will go, and the experience that you'll have. That's as good as I can say it. And it's the most wonderful story ever told. And it shows the grandeur and the magnificence of each of us individual drops of consciousness. Anyway, we can talk about it tomorrow. Enjoy your magnificent status, and I'll see you then.